United then versus Swansea up next. Now, a difficult game considering Swansea are down the bottom of the table, fighting for relegation, so it's not going to be an easy game at all. Really going to have to be on it. You really would prefer to play the teams that are now safe. Burnley were probably thought that they were safe, which was why it's probably a slightly easier game than some people would have thought away there last weekend. They're on a bit of a rut. They were losing a lot of. They haven't won for a long while. They probably got slacked off because they thought we're safe now. We're not going to go down. Now they've realised actually we could be in a relegation battle. And Swansea are right down there. And for me, probably that third team that may well go down this season. They're looking the more likely of the three. Obviously, Sunderland and Middlesbrough are pretty much relegated, so it is that final spot. And it's looking to me probably like Swansea. And these are the type of games that we've really struggled to break down this season. Really struggled to get in beyond. And we've created chances against some of them, and we haven't taken them. Others we haven't created enough chances. So we've really got to use that pace and get in behind with Rashford and Martial if both of them play in this game. Potentially Wayne Rooney could be back in a sort of number 10, maybe midfield sort of role, considering Marouane Fellaini is out. Now, I'll probably prefer Wayne Rooney to play in this game instead of Marouane Fellaini because I'm just not a massive fan of Marouane Fellaini at all playing for Manchester United, but it does leave us thin on the ground because we've got a Europa League game coming up on Thursday, so we don't really want to have such a thin squad. We need to be rotating all the time, and it's difficult with no Paul Pogba in this game, so I'm not too sure what the team's going to be, but this is the team that sort of roughly I think he's going to go for. Now it's going to be probably David De Gea in goal because Romero will be in goal Thursday. Hopefully he can concentrate on Manchester United with speculation over his future still. Then obviously Valencia probably a right back. Maybe go for Darmian or Luke Shaw. We will have to wait and see. Probably Darmian, probably Luke Shaw, probably playing the Europa League. Then I would go for 2-1 Zebi and Bailey in this game. Give one of the two centre-halves a rest in this one. 2-1 Zebi needs some minutes because Fosu Mensah's out as well, so we can't even throw him in the defence if we get desperate. So we can't afford any more injuries in that defence at all. Jose Mourinho's joked and said that he will end up having to play at centre-half if we get any more injuries, basically, which is a real worry. It's going to have to be Carrick and Herrera in midfield. Hopefully Pogba will be back for the week, so maybe Carrick or Herrera may be rested for that game against Celta Vigo. Then I would go for Wayne Rooney in Wayne Rooney in that number 10 role, Mkhitaryan on one side, Martial on the other, and Rashford up front. He might not do that. He might put Lingard there instead. We just have to wait and see, but it's going to be something like that. Maybe Ashley Young play as well. We've got a couple of options, but not stacked with options. So the bench is going to be a bit worrying if we're losing or not winning the game. It's going to be a job to pick up the 3 points because we're not going to be able to do a lot of changes in this game with the options that we're going to have on the bench. We may have to bring a couple of youngsters in. I'm not too sure who's available, but it's a bit of a worry for Manchester United at the moment. But it's part and parcel of it. You get to this stage of the season, you're always going to have picked up some injuries. Some are just generally you can't stop. Some are the players, it's fitness injuries, hamstring injuries, which is a lot of the time the players' fault. But these injuries like Zlatan, that was just unlucky. And hopefully some of these players, Jose Mourinho has said that Juan Mata should be back, should be the first one back, which is great news considering we thought that he would be out for the remainder of the season, the long-term ones anyway. Paul Pogba obviously should be back for that Celta Vigo game as well, so hopefully Juan Mata's going to be back for that. If not, hopefully at least the second leg of that Europa League semi-final, which would be great news because he has stepped up to the plate a fair bit this season, Juan Mata, when other players haven't played. And we definitely need all the players we can get for this run-in. Now, even if they're not playing, even if they're just sitting on the bench, they need to come in and play when called upon, like Fosu Mensah did the other night when Marouane Fellaini got sent off. We really needed him. Jose Mourinho just shut up shop completely then, just to get that draw. So he knew that with 10 men, we were never going to have any chance of winning it then, practically. So he just shut up shop completely and brought Fosu Mensah on, did a decent job and got injured. So hopefully we can see, the positive will be is if we can see 2-1 Zebi given an opportunity in this game. Really want to see some minutes from him in the Premier League, because if he can perform well towards the end of the season, maybe it will change Jose Mourinho's mind on whether to bring in another centre-back to Manchester United, because I feel that he could potentially be that player that could play maybe alongside Bailey. We will have to wait and see, but certainly could be in and around the Manchester United team. And we've got a lot of centre-halves. I know probably one or two will move on, but I'd like to see him given a chance. I'd hate to see us going to spend big money on a shit defender like Manchester City have spent so much money on John Stones, and I don't think he's been worth 50 million at all. So if we could bring him through 2-1 Zebby, give him a chance, at least be a squad player for the next year or so at least, and it would probably save us a lot of money, because we're looking at bringing the likes of Keane back to Manchester United from Burnley. Now if we'd given him more of a chance, he would still be here. We wouldn't be looking to pay about 20 million to bring him back to Manchester United. So giving these youngsters an opportunity could be great. If we could at least get in that top four at some point in the next few weeks and just steady there, then I would like to see some players rested and given a couple of youngsters a chance, because there's some decent youngsters in and around the Manchester United team that we could still give a chance to. A lot of them obviously are in the under-18s, which haven't really played a lot of, or haven't played any maybe, under-23 football, but if they could just be given 5-10 minutes here and there, because there isn't a lot of under-23 football left this season, it would be fantastic. But we haven't actually had any dead rubbers really this season, so it's been a bit difficult for Jose Mourinho to actually do it in dead rubbers. A lot of the games have been games where we've really had to win the game to stay in it. Maybe the Europa League group stage was the time to give some youngsters a chance, but we haven't really been able to. But for this game, we've got to get the 3 points really to keep our chances for that fourth position or third position alive. Hopefully Liverpool, playing on Monday night, can put some pressure on them going into their game against Watford. But I don't think Swansea are a great side, so I think Manchester United might just nick this game. I'm going to go for Manchester United winning the game 1-0. Let me know your thoughts in the comment section below. Subscribe to the channel if you're new, and I'll talk to you all again soon. See ya.